Good evening, respectable guests and fellow Toastmasters. A warm welcome to meeting number 35 of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club. I am Toastmaster Mamta Jain, your Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. As your Sergeant at Arms, it is my duty to highlight a few key points before I begin today's meeting. Our meeting is scheduled for 2 hours. I encourage everyone to stay for the entire duration to gain the maximum benefit from the session and support all our speakers. Please keep your videos on throughout the meeting. It helps create a more engaging and connected environment. Keep your microphone on mute unless you are called upon to speak. This ensures a smooth and distraction free experience for everyone. While Toastmasters International doesn't restrict topics like sex, religion, or politics, at the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmasters Club, we request all speakers and role takers to remain mindful and responsible. Please avoid expressing any controversial views on these sensitive subjects, keeping our environment respectful and inclusive. And before we move on, let's remind ourselves for our club mission, which is we provide a supportive and positive learning experience in which members are empowered to develop communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self confidence and personal growth. Now, it is my pleasure to hand over the stage to our presiding officer. But before that, let me briefly introduce today's presiding officer. Toastmaster Samita Kar is a woman empowerment coach who has dedicated her life to building confident communicators and future leaders. With her powerful background in teaching, leadership, and public speaking, she brings clarity, courage, and consistency to everything she does. Over to you, Toastmaster Samita Kar.
Thank you so much for that warm welcome. Let us hear it for our Sergeant at Arm, Toastmaster Mamta Jain, for starting the meeting right on time. With this, I declare Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club, Area B2, District 92, meeting number 35 open. I welcome all the members of the club, all visiting Toastmasters and guests to our meeting today. I urge everyone to be on camera and please rename yourself. Are you a visiting Toastmaster or a guest? Yeah, I'm giving you just 5 seconds. Please do so. Please come on camera. Please stay till the end of the meeting and let us know what you thought of our meeting, especially the guests who have come here. Let me check. Are there any guests there in the meeting today? I don't see any. Okay, we will ask them at the end of the meeting to give their. If you join now, you've joined right now, you can just put in the chat box where are you from and from where did you hear about our meeting. For those of you who do not know about Toastmasters, and for us Toastmaster, a reminder that Ralph Smedley saw the need to develop the interpersonal skill, and he was the one who had started this wonderful network of clubs that we are a part of, the Toastmasters Club. He had helped people to learn how to speak, conduct meetings, plan programs, work on committees. And that is how this speaking, this becoming a leader helps us in a personal and in a professional space. We are happy to announce that we have two new members today. I'm delighted to welcome Toastmaster Siddharth, fondly known as Sid, as a new member of the Gabby's Online Advanced Toastmaster Club. Please give a round of applause. Yes, can we have a quick 30 seconds from you?
Sure. Thank you for the welcome. I look forward to being part of this club. I'm a facilitator and a coach, and listening was always been my strength. So I thought, let me also improve my speaking. So here I am, looking forward to learning from all of you. Back to the Toastmaster of the day and presiding officer, Samita.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We welcome you, and I'm eager to see you participate more with all your speeches. Next, we have someone who we are welcoming back. She was already a part of the Toastmaster, and now please welcome Indrapal Chadda. Are you there? Okay, let us welcome her. She's a chartered accountant with diploma in IFRS and brings over a decade of experience in financial reporting, budgeting, forecasting, merger, and acquisitions. Today,
Thanks, TMOD Samita.
okay, can you please? Yeah, thank you, sir. Can you please be on camera and give a quick introduction about yourself?
Yeah, just 1 second. I was just actually setting my camera and everything. So, yeah, it's great to be back. I have always been part of the group. I have been looking at all the meetings and everything, but yeah, just caught up in work and lot of other areas. I was very well connected, and that brought me back to this platform. So, looking forward to learn and gain more.
It seems we have lost her. Welcome back. Any Toastmasters meeting in our Gabby's online Toastmasters meeting, we have three parts of the meeting. The first, we have an educational speaker, and then we have the prepared speech section, followed by the table topic section, and the most important section of all, the evaluation section. Today, we have someone who is an associate partner with Talent Solutions for India at Aon and a global HR professional with over 14 years of experience across consulting and corporate roles. He partners with organizations on strategy, organization transformation, talent management, reward strategy, and executive compensation. Please put your hands together to welcome Amit Otwani.
Thank you, Toastmaster Samita. Thank you for that warm welcome.
Today, the session, if you have any question, please hold on to the question. You can put it on the chat. And our distinguished Toastmaster Saurabh Datta, he will be taking up the questions and moderating it. Our timer today is Muskan Rahman. Over to you.
Okay, so this is going to be a fireside chat. So we're going to ask a few questions to Amit, and Amit will be giving the answers. And so before we get into the questions, I'll give you the background. So a few weeks back, I think there was an article that was published in the Economic Times, where Amit was one of the people interviewed by the Economic Times, where they gave some insights on the salaries, the salary trends that we will see in India. And Amit and Amit's boss were there in the article responding to the various questions. Amit regularly gives analyst insights and analyst feedback on the salary trends in the market. So as a associate partner with Aon, he's someone who kind of determines at a macro level what's the overall increment percentage guidelines that your organization will go with? I know a lot of you here work for corporates, and if your company comes up with a particular number, that number is decided in suggestion as per the suggestions given by HR consulting companies like Aon, and Amit plays that role. So in the backdrop of that, we wanted to ask certain questions because we see this number. First of all, I would start with asking Amit. Amit, what's the headline of the particular article? Can we start with that?
Right. So the headline is that the salary increments are going to inch up to about 9.1% as per the salary increment estimates for 2026 by Aon. This is a slight upward revision. So the headline is that your salary increments are going to rise this year.
Okay, so you're basically saying that it will go up from 8.9% to 9.1%. So now, based on my experience of working in the corporate, most of us get a salary increment, which is many of us get a salary increment, which is much above 10%, right? Say 15% or 20%. And some of us may also get a salary increment of 5% or 8%. So if this 9.1%, what does that actually mean for someone who's an employee, who's not a decision maker?
Right. So first of all, let me break down this number, Saurav, and thank you for that warm welcome as well. Let me break down this number. This 9% is the average salary budget increase which companies are seeing. So I just wanted to make sure that everyone understands, coherently, and everyone is on the same page with respect to this. This is how the wage bill for the companies will rise. Now, at an individual level, as you are, working in different organizations, this basically means that this is a summation of two types of increments. One is a performance-based increments, which companies provide. Second is corrections, salary corrections, or market adjustments, etc., which companies provide. And 9% as such, some companies tell us that this number is too high, some companies tell us that this number is too low. However, this 9% also, there is a lot of nuance into this number. When I say 9%, it could mean different for, say, for example, different industries, first of all. Second is that there is a nuance in terms of performance as well, because if you are a high performer in an organization, of course you're likely to get more than 10% salary increment. Third is from a skills perspective also the salary increments differ, right? And I think just uh, we'll talk about more about the skills as well later, but these are the three things which will determine your salary increments for from a future perspective. So these are the nuances which we should talk about more during our conversation, sort of.
So, if I understand you correctly, what you're saying is that if someone in a company is getting 20% and someone is getting 5%, right? That is a combination of three things. One is the market correction. What should be the ideal salary of that particular person? Second
Yeah.
is the performance. And what was the third one? I missed the third one.
Skills. What are the kind of
Skills. Okay.
skills?
So how disposable or how important the skills is. And when we say skills, is it more for the skills to keep the lights on or more forward looking? Like skills that are important today or skills that are going to be important tomorrow? What takes a precedence when it comes to touch a salary? I know both is important, but
Yeah, both are important, but so there is something called as, sort of, we classify it as hot skills, right? So hot skills or niche skills is something which we classify. We call it hot skills. So there are new skills which are coming up today. Say, I think there is a lot of talk which is with respect to AI. So AI/machine learning is one of those skills which is building for tomorrow, right? Data science is another one which is, organizations are really looking at building a cohort of talent which could prepare the organizations for tomorrow. Third is product development. Again, this is a skill which is lesser available in the market. More demand is there with respect to the market. So these are the three skills. There are multiple more skills also. Prompt engineering could be one. Then there is, there are other skills as well. Say, for example, AI related skills, full stack application development. But I think, if I were to classify three skills, then it's product development, then it's basically data science and analytics. These are the three skills. Yeah.
This is based on the visibility that we have standing in 2026, obviously, right? Because we don't
Correct.
know what kind of new skills will be required or will become redundant in 2027 and beyond. Okay.
Yeah, I think this is based on 2026 projections at this point of time.
Okay. So that was actually one of my questions, that what are some of the capabilities that that are important for us to look at a salary in double digit salary increment, probably 10% and beyond, maybe 15%, 20% plus, those kind
Right.
of figures. Okay. So these are more like technical skills. Is there anything in a soft skill, right? If you I'm sure you know about the project Aristotle of Google, right, which talked about a lot of the soft skills are more important, the leadership skills and so on. So what are one or two or three, or maybe even one, it could be selling skills, communication skills, which is that one solid skill that you think from a soft skill standpoint we should be developing to ensure that we are getting that kind of a growth?
Absolutely, Saurabh. Saurabh, just one point I would want to say that as you rise up in terms of your career, right, technical skills start becoming less important. I will not say less important, just that the proportion of technical skills becomes lesser, but your behavioral skills, soft skills, leadership skills start becoming more important as you rise up and take senior leadership positions, right? So one skill which is, I would say, is paramount in today's world is adaptability to change, because the world around us is becoming much more VUCA in nature. Um, I think the kind of geopolitical tensions which we are seeing today. There is AI which is coming in. There are changes which are happening from a talent supply chain ecosystem standpoint. A lot of things are changing, and for companies as well. There are so many changes which they are observing. There is pressure in terms of margin. There is pressure in terms of headcount. There is increase in terms of the raw material cost. How do you make sure as a leader you are able to understand these changes and craft a vision for you, for your organization, from a future forward perspective? So ambiguity to change is the most important skill in today's world.
Great, Amit. Amit, is there going to be any changes per se in terms of the numbers between industries? Like, are there certain industries which you see getting a higher growth compared to some
Hmm.
other industries?
Yeah. So absolutely. So sort of this is like a spectrum which is there in terms of salary increment numbers across industries, and the highest in terms of spectrum is companies which are in NBFC, so non-banking financial institutions, because there is a lot of money which is being invested into non-banking financial institutions. There are medium-term NBFCs which are coming. So that's, I think, is one sector which is booming. Second, I would say, is auto sector. There have been GST cuts which got introduced in the month of September, October, and which has given a large amount of impetus to the auto sector. So that's seeing a higher amount of salary increments. The third sector where which is seeing higher amount of salary increment is engineering design. When I say engineering design, these are basically engineering centers where a lot of companies are investing in terms of building facilities, warehouses, factories in India, and these companies are supporting with respect to engineering skills like control and instrumentation, civil, mechanical. So these are specialist engineers which are there. So that's where I think a lot of focus and investment which we are seeing in terms of this sector. So these are the sectors which are on the higher end of the spectrum. The lower end of the spectrum now in terms of salary increment, what we see is technology consulting and services is seeing a huge amount of pressure in terms of margins these days, because I think you would have all heard about the impact of AI on technology services sector. You would have also heard about their employee cost as a percentage of revenue is on a very high side, and now there are labor codes also which are coming in, which is again putting a lot of pressure in terms of the PNL for these organizations. So that's, I think, on the lower side. I think chemicals is another sector where there is a lot of consolidation which has happened. That's also on a lower side. So I think these are the two sectors which are on the lower side of the spectrum.
It's kind of ironical, right? Because ITE is getting cannibalized because of the technology. Again, that's AI, right? So it's like
Yeah, yeah,
the sector
absolutely.
actually cut the branch that they were sitting on. Is that the
Yeah, absolutely. It's right now, I think the boom which was there in terms of technology consulting and services sector, I think that has kind of come down drastically.
okay? I hope people are hearing this. People who are in the technology space, time to look for opportunities in the various auto industries, because that's where the real money is there. That's what Aeon is saying. That's their
Yeah,
official guidance.
just sort of one qualifier over here. Technology platforms and product companies, like companies which have platforms like Google, IBM, etc. Those are the companies I think are doing well in terms of salary increments. Not as much as auto industry, etc. But the other one, just one more point I would want to say is there is a difference when we say in terms of the base salaries versus salary increment. Say, for example, consumer companies, FMCG companies offer higher salaries. Technology platform and product companies offer higher salaries, right? But since consumer companies already have a high base cost, so their salary increments could be lower. That's also one of the factors which people should consider while selecting the sector.
It's a very important point that Amit made. I'll just put that a bit into perspective. So what Amit essentially is saying is that maybe the auto industry is going to give say 20% increment, right? And whereas you get a 10% increment in say technology platforms or technology services, right? But the starting point in auto industry could be 5 lakhs or 8 lakhs per annum, whereas in technology the starting point itself could be 10 lakhs. So
Yes.
it's a 10% on 10 lakhs vis-a-vis a 20% on 5 lakhs, right? So that's
Yeah.
what you're trying to say, Amit, is that
Yeah, absolutely. And just one more point, I would qualify that the increment range is, between 6% to about 10.5%. So I think, gone are those days of 20% average salary increments long back. So that's the spectrum of range.
okay. I'm happy that I'm now a job creator and not a job seeker. So good to have left at the right time. Okay. So Amit, we are almost at the end of the discussion. So this one, I have quite a few questions, but I'll just ask you one generic question before we wrap up, and then we have got a quick rapid fire. Okay, okay, maybe the rapid fire, and then we'll come to that generic question. Ready for the rapid fire, Amit? And you will
Yes.
not answer these questions as an individual, but you'll answer this as an HR leader. You don't have to explain us why. Anyone who's interested to know why, drop a text message why with that particular question, and I will try to get that answer from Amit offline. But right now, he'll not answer the why. Right. So just select between the two choices. Good to go,
Okay.
Amit? No,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
MBA or PhD?
MBA.
Increment or promotion?
Promotion. Always.
IITs or IIMs?
IITs.
Startups or MNCs?
Startups.
Rolling Stone or fossils?
Rolling Stone.
IC or people manager?
People manager.
Higher fixed or higher variable? No thinking much.
Higher variable.
Work from home or work from office?
Work from office.
Higher salary in a smaller city or moderate salary in a metro?
Higher salary in a big setup.
That's not an option.
Okay.
A powerful mentor or a powerful network?
Both, but powerful network. I'll make them as a mentor.
Okay, Amit, to wind up, if you had one piece of advice to anyone who wants to see a stronger salary, stronger growth, increment, promotions, right? Basically, have a great flourishing career going forward in the backdrop of the VUCA, the uncertainty, the geopolitical tensions, the AI. What is that one advice you would give in 30 seconds? After this, we'll open the floor for any questions that the audience has.
Sure. So one point of advice, and I'll make it very quick. One piece of advice is it's not about nowadays. It's not about your years of experience. Now it's actually about how you make your years of experience count. It's if you have spent 20 years in an organization doesn't mean your job is protected. So always think about upskilling and putting yourself in a new learning frame every 2 to 3 years. It could be in the same organization. You could spend 20 years in the same organization but doing different roles, or it could be different organizations.
So what got you here won't get you there.
Absolutely.
Great.
I have a book. Sorry, it's it's grayed out, but yeah, this is a book which I'm reading right now. This is by Marshall Goldsmith.
Okay, put the name of the book if you. Oh, okay, the same one. Okay,
Same one actually used. That was a very coincidence kind of a thing.
Okay, okay. That was not scripted. Trust me. So I see the red card. So Muskan, that means that this one is done. Can we still take a couple of questions? Do we have time, Madam Presiding Officer?
Yes, we can have a couple of questions.
Okay. So one question is already there in the chat. Rahul is asking, what's the scene with the pharmaceutical sector? Where do we see this going?
So currently, pharma sector, I think if I were to look at salary increments, they are at about 9.5%. Pharma is one sector which is an evergreen sector. There are newer skills which are coming up, newer there is biologics park which are coming up. The government is investing quite a lot, and in fact, they have outlaid a certain amount of budget as well in terms of biologics for pharma sector. That's one area which is going to see a lot of investment in India, and I think today's youth should invest in terms of their career opportunities in biologics.
Okay. So if you're good in science, if you love biology, biologics is the way to go. I don't know what it means because I'm terrible in biology. Yeah. But for the rest of you here. Anyone has got the last question for Amit? Anyone who wants to know anything about the salary situation in this country? Okay. Everyone seems here to be content with the salary, which is good news, Amit. And thank you so much, Amit, for joining us, because it very rarely we get to hear from the horse's mouth. Generally, it's more about speculation, assumptions, hearsays, gossips, and so on. And getting to hear from someone who gives guidance to companies. And I know Amit personally, so he does a lot of sessions for he has got a lot of A-listed companies as his clients. So he is basically calling the shots in a big way in the market, particularly for the Indian MNCs. So thank you, Amit, for making time and joining us today. It means a lot, and I appreciate this. Over to you.
Thank you, Saurabh. Thank you so much for hosting me in the conversation. Really enjoyed the conversation, especially the rapid fire.
Thank you. Back to you, Samita.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. What a wonderful session that was. It is always good to be ahead, to know what to prepare, how to prepare, and what to be prepared for. And biological sciences, that's interesting. Suddenly, from technology, we are talking of biology. I'm sure those who are into biological sciences will be very happy to hear that. Taking this meeting forward, I am the Toastmaster of the day. So I will just switch my hat from my presiding officer's hat to the Toastmaster of the day. How many of you have visited temples and seen something carved there? Can you raise your virtual hands to tell me? Some carvings you have seen there. Yes. Now the question to Toastmaster Archana. What carvings did you see?
So, 2 years back, I visited Odisha, and there's a famous temple there. I forgot the name, I think, but it had carving of a wheel which shows the timing of the day. So it was for that purpose it was built there. And nowadays it's like what you call as the sculpture we see as an heritage there. So it was
Yeah.
wonderful.
And what a wonderful start to my theme of the day. I wanted to talk about the Sun Temple in Konark, and you have mentioned the same temple. We in Toastmasters, we talk of storytelling. Let us go a little back in time, maybe some 600-700 years ago. And there we find a temple in which we see this carved statue. And what are these statues about? It is about storytelling, it is about rhythm. Storytelling then is not a practice that we started today, it was long back. And who were telling those stories? The stories were actually 108 poses of the Odissi dance. That is how the rhythm has been captured in stone. This rhythm has enthralled the people all around the world, thinking of how beautifully it has been constructed, how beautifully they have shown what this dance form is all about. Today, when we go there, we look at this very temple, look at what all has been carved, and we are spellbound. We just sit and wonder, how did these people manage to do such a magnificent job? I'll just give you one thought in mind. Think about one such incident where you looked at a piece of art and you thought, how did those people think of such a wonderful idea? And I'll come back and I'll be asking you those questions. But before that, we have to continue with our meeting. And in our meeting today, we have someone who will be keeping an eye over the meeting. He is an entrepreneur, a computer science engineer who seamlessly blends technology with business. While he thrives at the intersection of innovation and enterprise, his true calling lies in animal welfare. Our Toastmaster Ankur is deeply committed to improving the lives of animals and driving lasting, meaningful changes in their well-being. Over to you, our general evaluator of today, Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Samita. Gee, since we are today talking about increments, and increments don't happen without evaluations. And with that, I come with a set of evaluators in my team and me myself to evaluate how this meeting goes and to capture different improvements, things we can do to make the meeting better. And along with me, I have a team called Tell Team, joined by three amazing members. My first team member is timer Toastmaster Muskan Rahman. She's a graduate with a background in modeling. Muskan understands that in both fashion and communication, timing is everything. Today, she will be our timer. Muskan, over to you.
Hello, thank you for the introduction. As your timer for today's meeting, my role is to ensure we stay within our rhythmic boundaries so that every speaker has their moment to shine without chipping away at the next person's time. So, I will be using following signals for our various sessions. For the prepared section, I'll be showing green card for 5 minutes, yellow card at 6 minutes, red card at 7 minutes, 30-second grace. For the table topic section, green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1 minute 30 seconds, red card at 2 minutes. For the evaluation section, green card at 2 minutes, yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds, red card at 3 minutes. 30-second grace period. I'll be coming at the end of the meeting to see who hasn't taken the time of others to complete their speech. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muskan, for explaining the role so well. My next team member is Toastmaster Uttara, who is language evaluator for today's meeting. She was born and raised in Navi Mumbai and is now based in Bangalore. Uttara is a learning and development professional with over 25 years of experience across sales, training, learning strategy, and leadership facilitation. A motorcyclist and proud parent of a black Labrador, Sultan. She enjoys connecting with people and canines alike, loves Bollywood music, and is known for her resilience, honesty, expressiveness, and progressive outlook. Currently, she leads learning and knowledge for business operations at IBM. Over to you, Toastmaster Uttara.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ankur. I could see the smile on your face when you spoke about Sultan, and I smiled too. Thank you so much for that. Welcome everyone to this meeting of Toastmasters, and I'm going to be your language evaluator for today. As the language evaluator, it is my responsibility to pay very close attention to all of the speakers, and I will be listening very carefully to all of the languages that is used. I will also be making note of some unnecessary words and sounds used by the speakers and the role takers of today's meeting, in which there are 5 major focus areas, which include filler words like inappropriate interjections, for instance, and, well, but, so, and just on this, what I'd like to say, a lot of us begin our conversations with the word so. So beware, I'm going to be watching you for the word so. The use of crutch words, which is similar to basically, actually, this thing. Repetitive words or phrases in the form of this means, this means. And a lot of us have this tendency to repeat either the first part or the last part of the sentence. So I will be watching for all of that as well. Very long or short pauses made by the speakers, which are unintentional. If there are any misuses of the English language and any outstanding words or quotes or sayings or thoughts, in which case I will also be making note of some of the key words or key expressions that are used. Also, as the language evaluator, one of the responsibilities I carry is to introduce the word of the day. And for today's meeting, the word is etched, E-T-C-H-E-D, which means either, there are 2 meanings to this, cut or carved into a surface, or firmly fixed or imprinted in someone's memory. I will paste the word of the day and its meaning and an example of that in the chat box. The example of using this word could be, her contributions may be unsung, but her legacy is permanently etched into the rhythm of this city. Goes very well with the theme of the day. Thank you, Samita, Toastmaster Samita, for helping me with the explanation for the theme. Now, each speaker will be encouraged to use of the word of the day. I will be giving you a word of the day report and language usage report when called upon during the meeting. Thank you, General Evaluator Toastmaster Ankur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uttara. The explanation to the role was so detailed and energetic that it is etched in the memory of all our participants, and I hope everyone uses the word of the day. Thank you. Now I move to the next member of my team, which is the listener, and the role is today being taken by Toastmaster Siddharth Shah. Toastmaster Siddharth believes there is a big difference between hearing and listening. He says hearing is what happens when sound reaches your ears, and listening is what happens when attention reaches the speaker. With that lovely introduction, I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Siddharth to explain his role.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur. So I will be listening at 3 levels to all the speakers, listening at the level of facts, listening at the level of feelings, and listening at the level of needs. And at the end, when called upon, I'll be asking questions So that, and we'll find out who is the best listener in our today's meeting. So keep your listening ears on, and yeah, back to Toastmaster Ankur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth. Folks, be aware, Toastmaster Siddharth is a very good listener, as he said in his introduction. So, looking forward to the good questions from Toastmaster Siddharth. With that, my team and I wrap up our introduction, and we will be coming back with our report, our evaluation report at the end of the meeting when called upon by the Toastmaster of the day. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I hope everyone has heard clearly the role each one is playing, each member is playing today. And definitely it has been etched in your mind. Let us go to the next section, the section of prepared speeches. The first speaker is Toastmaster Kala. Toastmaster Kala is working as a superintendent in water board. She loves to play badminton. Her passion is attending Toastmasters meetings. She is pursuing the path Leadership and Development Project L3P2. Project name is Connect with Storytelling. Timer, please note, the speech duration is 5 to 7 minutes. Toastmaster Kala, resist or give up? Resist or give up, Toastmaster Kala?
Thank you, TMOD. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. One day, I was waiting for my maid. She came very late. I asked, Rangama, why are you so late today? She replied, Akka, since morning 4 o'clock to evening 4 o'clock, I have to do the same household work. I really fed up of this work. Therefore, I thought to give up this work. I smiled and said, Rangama, because of your work, you are gaining money, respect, everything. If you give up, you won't get anything. Instead of giving up, learn to resist with your work. But Rangama was not ready to listen my words. The entire scenario was listened by my daughter. She interfered and she said, Auntie, don't upset because of your hard work. Listen this small story, then you decide whether to resist or to give up. The story is as follows. There was a boy who was living in a small village. He was from a poor family. Every day, the entire family was striving to get enough food. But the boy had a great dream to become a cricketer of this country. But he didn't have proper cricket kit, coach. But still, every day before sun rose, he was holding a wooden stick and a worn-out tennis ball to practice cricket. While he was practicing, the people who watched them, some people laughed at him, some people criticized at him, and some people suggested him, cricket is meant for the people who are privileged, not for you. But the boy didn't bother about their words. He ignored their words because each and every minute his heart was whispering, you will win one day. And the parents of this boy deeply cared for him. Every day they were also suggested him, boy, cricket doesn't feed you as well as your family. Instead, you concentrate on your studies. But the boy understood the concern of the parents, but he did not want to break his dream. Therefore, he decided to work in small shops and selling newspapers. Whatever he earned money with that, he was able to purchase a second-hand bat. He was practicing every day, and one day he went for trial selection committee. And that day he was not looks like a professional cricketer. He was wearing a simple clothes, worn out shoes. But the boy, when he first bowled, unusual happened. The entire trial selection committee fell in silence by watch his accuracy in bowling. But finally, the boy didn't get selected because he was not from any cricket academy. But still, the boy didn't get disturbed, perturbed. He became more harder and stronger than before. He decided to join cricket academy and to get proper coach. While he was practicing with strong dedication and determination, one more obstacle to the same boy. After a few days, he lost his father. During the time, the boy had two choices. One is to chase his dream or to leave his dream. But the boy did not want to give up his dream. On that day, he challenged himself to achieve something great in his life. Therefore, he was practicing every day than before with strong dedication and determination. One day, he became a powerful bowler. And again, he appeared for trial selection committee. On that day, he selected for district level, later state level. Finally, the boy selected for Indian team. When the boy selected for Indian team, the entire cricket experts fell in silence. They were speechless. They questioned themselves. Was this the boy who was on barefoot, who sold newspapers? And finally, today he selected for Indian team. Dear Toastmasters, the boy is none other than a global icon, a fastest bowler of India, Jasprit Bumrah. Jasprit Bumrah, he faced many obstacles in his life, but he didn't give up. He became a cricketer of this country. When Rangama listened to the entire story, she transformed herself from give up to resist. This story teaches us hardship is not our enemy, give up is our enemy. Dear Toastmasters, this is the story of Jasprit Bumrah. What about you? Will you resist like a hero or give up like a zero? Choice is yours. Thank you and voting.
Let us give a round of applause to our speaker, Kala, for that wonderful speech. The next speaker, Toastmaster Ayesha. Zoom moderator, please spotlight our next speaker, Toastmaster Ayesha. Please be on camera. Distinguished Toastmaster Nancy Goel, are you present?
I'm here.
Yeah. So Toastmaster Ayesha, originally from Bangalore, has been living in Kerala for the past 5 years. She has over 5 years of experience teaching physics and is passionate about simplifying complex scientific concept for students. And I'm sure her students must be very happy about it. Currently, she works as a robotic trainer at Plato Labs in Bangalore. In her free time, she enjoys painting, staying fit, and works part-time as a Zumba trainer. She is on a pathway of presentation mastery. Project is writing a speech with purpose, level 1, project 2. The speech length timer, please note, is 5 to 7 minutes. Aisha, can I have the title of your speech, please?
Yeah. Voice beyond frontier.
Voice beyond frontier.
Frontier. Yeah.
Toastmaster Ayesha, voice beyond frontier. Voice beyond frontier, Toastmaster Ayesha.
Otto, can you please drop me to Canara Bank? Yeah, the Canara Bank main road or bypass. The main road one. Yeah, okay. Okay, stop. How much? 120. 120. कितना हुआ भैया? 120. My God. Oh, okay, you take this and give me the change. Take, chiller. Good evening, Toastmaster and my dear distinguished guest. Have you ever came across this kind of situation in your life where words around you became a wall instead of window? Just take a moment. Count your blessing. By blessing, I don't mean like your iPhone or a car. By blessing is something like that helps you to grow in your life and improve. For me, blessing is like being a multilingual person. Learning different language is similar to training a machine learning language in AI. In machine learning, we collect the data, we train the model, and we store it in the system so that it can produce the proper prediction when it needed. Our brain also works in a similar way. Each language we learn is stored in our brain, and it will get recalled whenever we are speaking. When we speak a particular language, like Kannada, ಹೇಗಿದ್ದೀರಾ ಊಟ ಆಯ್ತಾ? When we speak Hindi, कहाँ से हो, कब आया, खाना हो गया? Or when you switch to your Malayalam, സുഖാണോ, നാട്ടിലെവിടെയാ, ഭക്ഷണം കഴിച്ചോ? Our brain instantly switch to different models and opens up all the library required for the speaking purpose. Maybe in the form of a vocabulary, grammar, or in expression. Based on this, let me share my expression, how I tackle with this language bias. I'm basically from Bangalore. 4 years ago, we have shifted to a very remote place in Kerala. The place is very far away from a cosmopolitan part of the city, where people you see are very pure local dialects. The people respond to nothing else rather than their regional language. I felt profoundly alone. Anxiety crept in, and outside home, I barely spoke and answered only in monosyllables. The hardest part when my child came and asked me the difficult word meaning in that regional language, I am like, my eloquence evaporated and collapsed into a linguistic chaos. Finally, thanks to the translation app that saved me from drowning into that conversation. But I refused to stay stuck. By struggle and juggle, I made few friends. Those who helped me in conversation, and they suggest me to watch the regional movie or songs. Slowly, I trained to it's my vocabulary. After a few months, something magical happened. People around me are understanding the broken language, what I'm speaking. They're trying to connect me and they correcting my broken language. Not only that, my friends are inviting me to the home and sharing delicious Kerala food. And even I'm understanding the stories around me. And I'm also exploring the culture and the festival of Kerala. This is my experience. When I give you a 1% effort, to learn any new language, people will respect and accept you more than a family. Especially in India, when we have so many languages, learning new language is not just an option. We must accept and embrace the new change to build the connection and explore our business. So I'm very happy today that I have embraced a new language, that is Malayalam. Today, when I count my blessing, I proudly uh, I'm proudly happy that I have learned a new language. It is not only a language, but it is a bridge that takes your voice beyond the frontier. Thank you.
Let us give a round of applause to our second speaker, Ayesha. Now, since we are running behind time, we will not have a break. We'll continue with our session. What about some quiz? Are you interested in some quiz? Let me see. You can see my screen now. It's a very simple quiz. Let's just get warmed up. Odissi is a classical dance form that originates from which?
Odisha.
Orissa. Yes. You all are ready. Correct answer is Orissa. Now, here is one of the musicians. The musician is playing a dholak. It's a lady playing the dholak. What we can understand is that rhythm, music, art, culture, this was part of that century, that is 700 years ago, 800 years ago, that we are talking about. It was an integral part of their life. It was so integral that people have thought about putting it up in stone for us to look at it and understand what was going on in that century. The next question. The sculptures of which temple are famous for depicting poses of the Odissi dance form?
Brihadishwara temple.
Meenakshi temple.
Khajuraho temple, Brideshwar temple, Konark Sun temple, Meenakshi temple. Which temple? Yes, someone has.
Brihadishwara temple.
Yes, sorry.
Brihadishwara temple.
Okay. Any other answer?
See, Konark Sun temple.
Yes, it is Konark temple. That's where Odisha, Odissi dance and Konark Sun temple is in Odisha. So from there, these famous dance forms have come. Now, here is a dancer and a musician. What do we understand from that? That there was live music. And have you observed something? These are content pieces before Instagram, before Facebook, before LinkedIn. Here is a piece of content which has stood the test of time. Today also we are looking at it and trying to decipher what it represents. The next is, the musicians are carved beside dancers in the Konark panels. What does it tell us? The dancers forgot to bring headphones. Dance was performed with live music. The musicians were judging the dancers, or they were waiting for a tea break.
Dance was performed with live music.
Yes, correct. Muskan. I assume it was Muskan?
Yes, it's me.
Yeah. So the dance was performed along with live music. So when we look at these, we understand that some of the things which we are doing even today is what happened long ago. We are not new. We are maybe continuing with the tradition. Live music is a part of what we love attending. Here is a figurine of a woman looking at a mirror and getting ready for a dance recital. So here is a question for you. If the stone musician in the Konark panel suddenly play music today, what would the dancers most likely do? Start an Odyssey performance immediately? Ask for the Wi-Fi password? Start a Bollywood dance or run away from the moving statue?
I'm sure they'll ask for the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, it's a okay. Anything else?
Obviously, start an Odyssey dance Odyssey performance
Performance
immediately.
immediately. Yeah, they can't ask for Wi-Fi because they don't have a mobile in their hand. That is the reason they can't start the perform. So much about the rhythm that we see in stone, the beautiful rhythm that has been captured in stone. But we have our meeting to carry forward. And what do we have now? We have the interesting table topic session coming up. Now, here is a consultant anesthesiologist, intensivist, and pain physician. Along her medical expertise, she brings a love for travel, art, and storytelling. Her passion for communication and personal growth makes her a wonderful addition to our Toastmasters family. So let us put our hands together and welcome Dr. Archana Prajapati as a table topic master.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster of the Day. Very good evening to everyone. As we all know, table topic session is something all the heart of the Toastmasters meeting, and because it gives a chance for all of us to practice one of the most important life skill, that is thinking on our feet. And in Gabby's Toastmasters, the table topic sessions are a little different. We have a mini debate style table topics where we call two speakers to participate. One speaker will speak about in favor of the topic, and the other will speak against it. And they will be given a time of 60 seconds. And after that, they will be muted. So let's begin with the table topic session right away. So may I see some raise of hands, or do I have to pick up few Toastmasters here and guest? So we have, yes, we have guest Pallavi Agrawal here, I think. Is she here? Yes. And guest Bindu Joseph is also here. Hello. Pallavi Agrawal, are you there? Okay, she's not listening. So we have.
Yes, come on, camera.
Yeah. Is she here? No.
Yeah, she is here. Pallavi Agarwal is here. And Toastmaster Uttara and Toastmaster Siddharth and Toastmaster Rahul, all of them have raised their hands.
Okay. So Toastmaster Uttara. So I can't see them actually. Where are they?
You do one thing, put it
Okay.
in the remote, you can see them.
Yeah. Now I can see. So Toastmaster Pallavi, your topic for 4 is action speaks louder than words. Action speaks louder than words.
Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. So, yes, I truly believe that action speaks louder than the word. So, sometimes you don't need words to express your feelings. It's actions that speaks on behalf of you. Suppose you want to say somebody that you love him. You don't simply and your eyes don't express that way. Then they won't conquer to your feeling. Whereas if you show kindness towards them, you show soft gestures towards them. Say you bring a rose for him, or if you say you do what they like and you don't do what they don't like, so so your action will be speaking that you care for him, that you are considerate to him, what they love to do and what they don't love to do. So when your actions are speaking on behalf of you, um, uh, uh, then your gestures truly correlate with what you.
Okay, Toastmaster Uttara, go ahead.
Very often I have been told that you seem like you have a lot on your shoulders. You're thinking about a lot of things and that you're extremely tense. And suddenly you break into a smile. Now, these actions of mine are contradictory. Unless I speak in words and say that I'm fine and I'm having a good day, my actions can be very deceptive to someone who does not know me. Also, I'd like to add over here that in the digital age that we are living in today, a lot happens through text messages. The importance of those words, just somewhere I read about, the words being garbled because someone didn't express them well enough. There was an autocorrect. So the words that are not expressed well, the actions will not add any value to them. That's why I think with actions, words are equally important, both in the digital age as well as for someone who does not really decipher actions very well.
Great take on the topic, and I really like the against part of it. And let's move on to the other topic. And for that, we have Toastmaster Siddharth with us. And to compete with him, we have Yamini. Okay. So your topic is very simple. I would give it to you. Coffee is better than tea. Coffee is better than tea.
Okay, so if I have to speak for the topic, coffee
Yes,
is
you
better
have to
than tea.
for.
I completely agree with coffee is far, far better than tea. I mean, just try waking up to a tea and waking up to a coffee, and you will feel the difference. Try navigating a boring meeting with tea or with coffee, and you will feel the difference. The hit of caffeine that we get from coffee is far higher than in tea. That's why all the movie stars and superstars carry a decaf with them in the morning. All the CEOs and successful people carry coffee mug with them. Coffee is far better than tea any day. I'm myself a coffee person, and yeah, I don't think there's even a debate around this. Yeah, thank.
What do you, Yamini? You have to speak against it.
Yeah, thank you, everyone. Very interesting topic. Both are my favorite drinks, though. But here I just want to, speak for tea. So, I mean, scientifically, it is proven that tea is better than coffee because, even if you have like more number of times tea, scientifically it's proven that it's fine. Yeah. And there's a whole lot of market for tea. Like, of course, both are like, having a big market. From Indian side, Ayurvedic side also, and Chinese side also, tea is very much supported. Like, you have this ajwain tea, cumin tea, peppermint tea, lemon tea, ginger tea, like whatnot. Every kind of herb you take, or every element from the spice box you take, you can make a tea out of. Yeah. And there is a whole lot of market on detox with tea. So it's actually a interesting thing to kind of, drink different types of tea.
Yeah, of course. And yes, tea has more variety than coffee because I am also a tea lover. So I like tea better than coffee. Now moving on with our next topic. For
I beg the
that,
topics, Master Archana. May I just interject here and request everyone to use the word of the day, etched.
yeah, absolutely. That should be etched in our mind to use the word of the day, which is etched. Now we have a few guests also here. Vinita, Mohammad Kudubuddin, who would like to volunteer here? Please come on. We have Gopi,
Yes,
Bindu Joseph.
I can volunteer.
Yeah,
Vinita.
sure. Who's there?
Vinuta.
Vinita. And with you, Sridhar, would you like to come? Sridhar, Mohammad Kutub.
Sure, I can take it up.
Yeah, so Mohammad Kutub. So, Vinita, for you, the topic you have to speak in favor of is waking up early makes people more successful. Waking up early makes people more successful.
Good evening, everybody. I think this is what we have heard when we were kids, and this is what I even tell to my kid. So, waking up is the one thing which keeps your day active, and whatever you do first thing in the morning, it's always which we do with our full potential and which gives a good result. So, this was what my father was always trying to put in me, and that's what I'm trying to do that. Nowadays you would see that 5 a.m. club, 4 a.m. club. That is not the thing which was introduced now, but this is the thing which was there even before. When we talk about the old when customs where they used to say you have to get up in a Brahmi Muhurta to do something which is important, which is something which you want to conquer the world, you have to get up in that Brahmi Muhurta. That is around 4:30 our time. So that is not something new. It is followed across generation, follows across multiple. I'm done with it.
Okay. Mohammad Kutub, would you like to come forward?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
What's the topic?
And the topic is waking up early makes people more successful, and you have to speak against this topic.
Against the motion that waking up makes people more successful.
That not makes people more successful. You can give your point of view.
Okay.
Regarding.
Okay. Toastmasters, we've all heard the saying that the early bird gets the worm, right? But let me ask you, if waking up early guaranteed success, wouldn't every farmer, milkman, and newspaper delivery person already be billionaires? I stand against this motion. First, success is not about the clock, it's about productivity. Some people do their best thinking at midnight, others at sunrise. Great work depends on focus, not the hour. Secondly, I think forcing everyone to wake up early ignores human biology. Some of the most creative minds in history were night owls who thrived when the world was asleep. Now, that includes me. Not the world's most creative minds, but at least someone who thrives at night. And finally, success comes from, consistent effort, discipline, smart decisions, not from chasing worms at sunrise. Because the early bird may get the worm, but the wise bird chooses the right time to hunt.
Great take on the topic, and really enjoyed the other version of it. Thank you so much for the participation. Now, I would like to call our new Toastmaster Inderpal. Is she here? No, she is not here. Okay. Who would like to participate? Let's call some seasoned Toastmasters. DTM Saurav, are you there? No.
Yes.
Okay. And we have, whom should I call?
Rahul
Toastmasters
raised his
Smita.
hand.
Would you
Rahul.
like to come forward?
Yeah, I can come forward,
Samita.
but
No, it's
Okay.
okay. I think she
So I
wants
would like to give
pencil
some
debate.
hard topics so that we have a wonderful debate over here with our seasoned Toastmasters. Stay hungry, stay foolish. And Toastmasters DTM Saurabh, you are going for the topic.
There is nothing to agree or disagree with this because staying hungry and staying foolish is by design. That's where that's how we common people have been taught to uh, sustain ourselves. That's how we have got the politicians surviving, because as long as we are hungry and we are foolish, then we will keep on asking for food and they will keep on denying food on one pretext or the other. So I don't think there is anything to debate against this particular topic because it's a natural design that we have, that common people are going to be both hungry and foolish. And the more privileged ones, the bureaucrats, the politicians, the ministers, the royalty, they are going to be the one who are going to be having all the luxuries and all the intelligence, because that's there at their disposal, whether they need it or not, whether they deserve it or not. Thank you.
Great. Ma'am, Toastmasters Samita.
foolish. It has been etched in our mind. But is it true? No, it is not true at all. Because when you are hungry, you never will be foolish enough to stay hungry longer. Who on earth is hungry and is waiting to have someone else come and serve the meal? You will go and you will hunt it for yourself. Look in the wild. Does a tiger wait for someone to come and give his meal? Similar with human beings. Today, if I don't have food, I'll go and in search of the food and make sure that I get the food. I will not remain foolish any longer. From each experience that I gather, I may beg, borrow, or steal. That is different, but I will not remain hungry. Although that has been fed to us, that is not what I believe in. And I'm sure the generation today, who are much more aware of the situation that is at hand, is not going to adhere to this particular sentence. They will feel hungry, they will go build something on their own. And
Okay. Great debate we have seen. Now, next, I would like to call uh, Arijit and Gopi. Are you there? Or anybody who can
Hi,
raise their hands?
I'm there.
Yeah.
Rahul
Who's
had
there?
raised his hand.
Arijit. Yeah.
Rahul Swami had raised his hand.
Rahul. Okay. Toastmaster Rahul. So your topic is Arijit. You have to speak in favor of it. Time moves slowly but passes quickly. Time moves slowly, but it passes quickly. Over to you.
Of course, if you look at long time and current time, the things moves very slowly and something happened in the past very long back. But if you look and think of it, it seems something happened very near within a short span of time. No, it has not. Things moves as the time goes. It does not happen quickly or early. It takes its own time. However, when we think in our mind because mind moves very fast to very remote places. I can think of my school days. It seems it's happened yesterday. I was going to school with my bicycle with a small bag and water bottle in hand. Might be it happens around 40 to 50 years ago. It seems it happens yesterday. I completed my graduation over 20 years ago. It seems it happens yesterday. So time goes with its own pace slowly, but it seems It was of yesterday's event. Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster.
Great take. Great take, Toastmaster Arjit. Now, Toastmaster Rahul. Time moves slowly. Okay, go on.
I don't think that time moves slowly. And I think that time moves fast, but it passes slowly. As you can see me, I'm being even in the pharmaceutical industry, my salary is not increasing. And I thought that this session would help me. But this is also a never-ending session, and I'm not able to, go back and think of what skills I have to work on. And even though I work at them, will the time come to the end so that I can meet my manager and then ask him, because he's never having time for me? And that's why I think that time moves fast but is passing uh, slowly. And I'm being stuck here with my, small salary here. Thank you.
Okay, great take, and I enjoyed listening to you. Now we have Toastmaster Mamta, and would you like to come?
Toastmaster
And
Ayesha, please wrap up.
Actually, we are running out of time.
okay, okay. So that was a wonderful listening to all of you, and thanks all of you for the wonderful participation. And now I hand over the stage, virtual stage, to our Toastmaster of the day, Toastmaster Samita. Over to you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Let us hear it for the Toast Table Topic Master of the Day. Such wonderful topic which made us wonder, think, and then answer. I'm sure you are enjoying the debate version and debate in 1 minute. It makes us really think on our feet and come with a good answer. For every speech that we had, for the meeting that we had, what are we waiting for next is the most important section. That is the evaluation section. So I call our general evaluator, Toastmaster Ankur, to please come and give your evaluation.
Can someone please spotlight me? Thank you. So comes the evaluation report now, and we will have it in two sections. First, where we will do the evaluation of the prepared speeches, and secondly, my tell team will deliver the report of how we performed in different sections. To evaluate the first speaker, we have Toastmaster Mamta Jain, who brings with her a unique blend of creativity and logic, being both a visual designer and an engineer. This rare combination shapes her perspective, allowing her to tackle challenges with imaginative flair and analytical precision. Beyond her professional pursuits, she finds joy in sadhai, reading religious texts, painting, and practicing yoga. She has joined Toastmasters with a clear and inspiring goal to become more confident and impactful speaker. Over to you, Toastmaster Mamta.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ankur, for your warm introduction. Toastmaster Kala, congratulations on choosing such a thoughtful and inspiring topic. Resist or give up. Right from the beginning, you captured our attention with your confident presence and beautiful smile. Your content was rich and you met the purpose of your project by adding the stories that you etched in your speech. Your eye contact created a strong connection with the audience, and your hand gestures were purposeful and enhanced the meaning to your words. You told two stories in your speech. One was of your maid, and the other was about Indian cricketer Jasprit Bumrah. He was an unprivileged boy and he created a lot of hard work, sell newspaper and became and created his career in cricket team. Now we move to some recommendations. To make your speech even more impactful, I would encourage you to add a little more on vocal expressions. Using changes in pitch and paces can highlight your key ideas and some key movements more effectively. And secondly, you could add some transitions between the examples, like you gave two examples. You could add some quotes between them. So it will give time to the audience to understand your stories more well. In conclusion, you delivered a meaningful and engaging speech. Your sincerity and the confidence were the biggest strengths and left the lasting impression. The best part of the speech was your message that you gave. Giving up is the enemy. The choice is yours. Be a hero or a zero. And with some refinements in transitions and some pitch and pace, you have the potential to become a truly powerful and inspiring speaker. I would like to hear more of your speeches in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mamta, for that evaluation. I would quickly give my evaluation of the speaker and evaluator. Toastmaster Kala, you had really good expressions and body language. You were constantly looking at us, and we were quite hooked with the first line you started with. However, at some points there would be one recommendation where I felt that the story of daughter and you telling the story, it felt like it got mixed. You gave the conclusion of the story that your daughter was telling. So at a point, I felt that it could have been better if you could have imitated your daughter. And one small feedback is that maybe your right hand, I guess, it moves a lot more than the left hand. Like this signal is a lot. Like I'm not sure if it's natural. Like while you are in your body language, I felt this signal, this body movement coming a lot. So maybe you can be a little conscious about it. Maybe this hand was moving a lot and exact the signal around. So yeah. With that, thank you for your speech, and to our evaluator Mamta. You very well summarized the speech done by speaker one Kala, Toastmaster Kala. However, I felt that you spent initially. I felt that you spent too much time on the summary, and at a point I was feeling that the commendations were not very clear to me. Like there was not a proper boundary of the summary and the commendations. Would be better if you can bifurcate those better. And also, again, the conclusion was a little lengthier, and a little feedback from my side would be that you can use your time a little better. I felt like you already started concluding while we just started the green card. With that, I finished my evaluation for the evaluator one, and we will move to evaluator two, who would be evaluating speaker two. Toastmaster Nancy is distinguished Toastmaster Nancy is a director and a partner at Active Consulting and Training LLP, a vibrant consulting and training services company which serves MSMEs, nonprofits, and corporates across India. She has more than 10 years of entrepreneurial experience and a strong expertise in business intelligence and data analytics. Nancy is the president of the Gabbies and currently serving as the VP Education of the Gabbies. Over to you, distinguished Toastmaster Nancy.
Thank you. Toastmaster Ayesha, a voice beyond frontier. What a beautiful topic you chose today. And why would I say beautiful? I could very well relate to the topic. Someone coming from Punjab, staying in Bangalore, trying to learn Kannada meeting Bengali people, trying to learn Bengali on the sides, I could understand the topic, understand the logic, understand the emotions behind what you were saying very, very well, and I could relate to it. Now, I loved the speech that you delivered today. It was quite persuasive for you to explain it to me as an audience with the logic that how our brain treats multiple libraries. So I love the logic you explained. Then you use the technique of storytelling where you mentioned very specifically your personal experience with different people and what was the implication of your actions of learning a little bit of the language, how other people started treating you well. Again, similar experiences, so I could relate back again. Another thing that I loved in your speech when you were talking to us, you had a lot of micro expressions. I refused to stay stuck. I wanted to move forward. Your eyes were equally doing the talking, the way you were speaking with the words. On top of that, the phrases that you used, like profoundly alone, monosyllables, eloquence, linguistic chaos, those phrases were more like it's coming from an experienced speaker. So these were the things I really loved in your speech. What got me hooked to your speech was your opening. When you started with a dialogue between you and the auto guy, I was just fiddling with my phone and I understood that, oh, something important is going to come. So that made me intrigued in your speech. Again, a very good opening. Now, a couple of things I felt were a bit off for me as an audience when you were speaking. The first thing, when you used a very important dialogue between two people, I felt you were restricting yourself to a very small area. Open up, use the space as if you own the space. I understand this is your second project and the anxiety is there, and that anxiety was also showing up in your voice when you were running out of breath. So these things come down when you practice more and more. First, practice the pauses so that you are able to say the things without running out of breath. And second, practice your opening to by claiming the space, not by restricting. That will show up your confidence more to the audience. Putting it all together, practice pauses, practice your opening more and more so that you get your audience hooked to you. Apart from that, beautiful storytelling and beautiful logic that you brought to us on the table. Thank you.
Thank you, DTM Nancy. Uh, I guess apart from the language learning for humans, we also learned a little about how language models are trained. And I felt very much, as DTM Nancy said, related. It felt, the story felt very much relatable. We all coming from other states to Karnataka. One small recommendation from my side to you, Toastmaster Aisha, is that at some point I felt like you were reading, and which initially it was very well, like you were having proper contact with the audience, and at the end I felt that we lost that contact. So it would have been more impactful had it continued like with the proper eye contacts. With that, I would move on to DTM Nancy. I think I have nothing to add for DTM Nancy, and I will move to the evaluations of for the next section of the evaluations, which is by the Dell team. I would like to call upon the timer, Toastmaster Muskan, to present her timer report.
So, just as a sculptor knows when to stop, our speakers tonight etched their message perfectly within the rhythm of our clock. So, I'll be sharing the report. Can anyone please give me the access for sharing?
You have the access now.
I hope you all can see it. My screen.
Yes.
Everyone is qualified. Everyone just etched their time perfectly. I'll be submitting this report in the chat too. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Muskan, for the quick report. Now we have our language evaluator, Toastmaster Uttara, to present her language evaluation report. Over to you.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ankur. I need to be able to share my screen. Let me just do that. Right. We've had a fantastic day today. We've had a fantastic day today with so many rhetorical devices used and a lot of noteworthy phrases. I will not read through all of this, but I do want to call out that I lost track of the number of noteworthy phrases and rhetorical devices that were used. I will also call out here that I am learning as we do the language evaluations. I'm learning about the rhetorical devices, and one of those that stood out for me was what DTM Nancy Goel used was Essendenten, where she separated words with commas without adding conjunctions. I think that was brilliant and fantastic. Some of the recommendations that I have given for most of our speakers have been about not using filler words. Most of us have used filler words. A lot of us have started our sentences with an okay or with a so, and that is something we really, really need to avoid. I would also call out here that when we have a tendency to use filler words like, ask someone to count that for us. I did that for someone many, many years back, and that individual was able to reduce the number of filler words that he used to use. Unfortunately, not a lot of us used the word of the day, which was etched, just about 3 or 4 of us. I have been able to add the language evaluation for most of the people, but please forgive me if I've not been able to capture the ones that I ought to have. This is the language evaluation report for today. A lot of personification, similes, rhetorical questions, some great phrases that were used, as well as some of the great expressions that were used by both our speakers. Thank you so much for making this a worthwhile language evaluation opportunity for me. I look forward to doing many, many more such.
Thank you, Toastmaster Uttara, for that concise and very great evaluation, language evaluation. And now we will move on to the next member of the TEL team, which is listener, to check how we were in terms of our listening. Toastmaster Siddharth, the virtual stage is yours.
Thank you, General Evaluator Ankur. I have a set of 6 questions and we will divide them into 2 parts, facts and then feelings and needs together. The first question is, what was the recommendation on soft skills by Amit Otwani? Anyone can just unmute and
Adapting
answer.
to change.
Yeah, it is adaptability to change. Then, what is the name of Toastmaster Uttara's black Labrador?
Sultan.
Can I answer that?
No,
Sultan.
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear. Okay,
We all
yes,
know
Sultan.
her now.
Okay, then Toastmaster Archana, is she a tea person or a coffee person? Anyone apart from Toastmaster Archana?
Tea person.
Key person.
Yes, she's a tea person. Okay, now we move on to feelings and needs, listening at that level. Saurav Datta, in his interaction with Amit Otwani, said that I am dash, that I am a job creator and not a job seeker.
I'm glad.
Glad, yeah, glad, happy. Um, I'm glad that you got that. And why should we listen at feelings and needs level? Because it creates an emotional connect. Then, when Toastmaster Ayesha moved to a new state, what were some of her feelings, or what could be some of her feelings of by not knowing the local language? This is, she hasn't like given a verbatim of this. You will have to catch her tone to kind of identify this.
She was upset she couldn't speak the language.
Okay. Um, I had a different sense. Upset could be one.
Anxious.
Yes, anxious, loneliness. That's uh, what was mentioned also as a passing kind of remark. And now, what could be some of the needs below this anxiety or loneliness?
The need to feel belonged.
Yeah, precisely. Belonged, connection, understanding.
Acceptance.
Okay, and then yeah, acceptance. Yes. And the last question from my end, in Toastmaster Kala's speech, what could be some of the Rangama's feeling when she wanted to give up?
Frustration.
Yeah, frustration, dejected, and what could be some of her needs?
To feel
Self-fulfillment.
valued.
Valued. Sorry, Mr. Mohammed, I couldn't hear you.
Self-fulfillment, actualization.
Okay. Uh, what I could tap into, need for encouragement, inspiration, motivation, and I think the speech kind of conveyed that they were fulfilled. Okay, that's it from my end. Back to you, Toastmaster Ankur.
Thank you, Toastmaster Siddharth, for those wonderful questions. Now I would move to the general evaluation section of this entire meeting, starting with our Sergeant and Arms, Toastmaster Mamta. Um, very well started the meeting, Toastmaster Mamta. You had a smile across the intro of the role. And one recommendation for you would be that it felt like, I'm not sure if you are the regular Sergeant at Arms in this club, but it felt like you were just reading the script, which is fine if you are not the regular Sergeant at Arms. I would recommend one thing, that what you can do is read and then also make the eye contact with the audience, even if you are reading. That would make it better and engaging. Toastmaster Samita, as soon as Toastmaster Samita entered, we could see the change in energy. She brought so much energy, and yeah, it felt that we have gotten like so much better in terms of energy levels, and which excites the guests and Toastmasters as well. So the great kudos for that. A small recommendation for you, Toastmaster Samita, was, I'm not sure if anybody has already told you, but I was told this by my mentor, that I break sentences in the middle. I felt the same today, that it happened in certain places. For example, are there any guests in the meeting today? And then, like, a complete different sentence started. She was already a Toastmaster, and now, like, and then a complete different sentence started. So I also do a lot, so I was able to notice that. Would be great if you can be a little mindful of that. While the TMOD session, the quiz was very engaging and the theme was very engaging. What I felt that could have been better on the TMOD's role side was that you could have added a little summary after the prepared speeches. I feel that once you switch between the speeches or any section, it feels smooth if you start, if you give a little summary of those, and also the speakers feel a little heard. So if you can incorporate that, would be great. um, and of course, other switches was pretty smooth, like when you switched between different sessions. Just between the prepared speeches, I felt summarization would have helped. uh, to On the timer side, the report was very well concisely summarized, and the presentation of the final report had very well. It was not monotonous. You brought some innovation there. One small recommendation is, while you were explaining your role in the beginning, the 30-second grace wasn't very audible in certain sections when you told about that. So maybe a little bit clarity there would have helped. Language evaluator, I don't have any recommendations. The report was so short and concise, and while being detailed enough to give us good amount of feedback where we can improve. So kudos on that to Toastmaster Uttara. To Toastmaster Siddharth, the questions were very well framed and covered all the categories that we have as listener in good meetings. So kudos on that. No recommendations for you too. For the table topic master, I felt that you introduced the role very well and summarized the speech table topic evaluation attempts after each attempt. The only recommendation that I have for you is that sometimes you were taking sides. For example, you said that I like the against part of it more. Maybe what being the host, I think it would be better if you remain neutral there. With that, I think rest of that table topic session was really engaging. And that is it on my side from the general evaluation report. And I would be handing the stage back to our TMOD, Toastmaster Samita.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator Toastmaster Ankur Vishwakarma. Let us hear it for our General Evaluator of the day. The Punat sculptures, they remind us that dance, music, and storytelling, they were always connected. Like the Toastmaster speeches that we have now. Storytelling is an integral part. And what does Odissi dance usually depict? It usually depicts the love between Radha and Krishna, the stories of Krishna being a little naughty child and stealing butter, the stories about the Hindu deities. There's a lot of story in all of the performances. Centuries ago, artists carved that rhythm into stone. Today, we bring rhythm into our voice. Different mediums, same timeless expressions. That is what we have, that rhythm in stone and our Toastmasters meeting in common today. That was all from my Toastmaster of the Day session. And I will put my presiding officer hat back on. We have two clubs. So there are two meetings. And those of you who want to take the roles, there is so much to just reach out to the VP education of both the teams. You will get speeches, slot, and of course, roles that you need to take. Let me take a quick feedback from the guests who are still there. Yamini Lakshmipati, are you there? Mohammed? Yes. Do you want to give a quick 15, 30 seconds feedback?
Feedback. Yeah, I absolutely loved the meeting. This was my first time I joined the club, and there were a couple of unique things. The table topics, the debate section was the first time I was seeing. The way the listener carried on the three parts of like feelings, needs, and facts, that was also quite unique. So, all in all, I really liked the meeting here. Looking forward to join you all again.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Arijit Seal, would you like to give a quick feedback?
Sure. Yeah, mm, it is very wonderful, nicely arranged the meeting as I can see. The one thing, the initial part of this meeting, which is not regular, I have seen in other Toastmaster club as well, inviting a subject matter expert and doing a one-to-one discussion with him and asking some rapid fire questions. So that is really wonderful, and that is a addition to the rest of the part, like prepared speech as well as table topic and at the final evaluation of the whole topics. So thanks for and continue to do this thing.
Thank you so much. We will definitely keep that in mind and try to make sure that we bring people of repute and have a talk with them. Yes. I don't see any other guests today, but I would definitely like to ask our listener, this is Toastmaster Siddharth, for the first time in a Gabby's meeting, you have taken up your role. How did you feel?
It was quite well organized. I got to know about my role very early on Friday, and all the communications were timely. I knew about the agenda and everything, so I was quite well prepared. So there were no last minute surprises. Just one thing I couldn't, somehow when I was clicking the link, it was asking for a passcode. So then I had to go to the guest group, and then I kind of could join the meeting. So I was a bit hassled there. But yeah, I think that's just because I'm joining for second time. But overall, very, very good experience, and look forward to being part of this club.
Thank you so much. And we will be looking forward for your speeches now. I hope you all have voted for your favorite speaker, favorite evaluator, and role taker. If not, please vote. Toastmasters is an organization in which we practice our communications skills, our leadership skills. And this is a place where it is safe for us to practice. We have evaluations which help us every single time to go a notch higher, become a little better than what we were before. We are waiting for the results. And I know you all are very, very eagerly waiting for the results of who has got the best role taker, table topic speaker, and evaluator. Hold on just a little longer. Does anyone want to come forward to give some insight on how did our educational session go today? You have any insight to share? Yes? Okay. Timer Muskan. Yes. Please go ahead.
I think and I believe today's educational session is more likely like expectation versus reality. What do you expect when we hear about that hike in salary, getting incentives, this and that in newspaper, and we think like, okay, everyone is going to get something much more what we are getting now. But we got the insight about that it's not only about how to get the money and more money. It's about how you see and how you yourself scale yourself up to go to that point that you get the higher amount by yourself, not just by expecting it.
Yes, absolutely. Because in each segment, we get to learn so much. Table topic master Archana, how was your experience on this different format of table topic? It is not the usual format that is there in our Toastmasters session. It was a different format. How did you like it while preparing or while you were the table topic master
Yeah, it was wonderful listening for the debate. Actually, the two point of views when we hear about a particular topic, that gives a lot of uh, chance for us to learn as a table topic master, because we have two different point of view about a single topic. And next time when we are at the participant, when we are the participant, then we get to means know how to go about a topic in two ways. So that was wonderful, and it adds a lot of learning in that sense. So it's a wonderful start initiative by our club. I really liked it.
Thank you so much. For and against, that too within a minute. The challenge lies there within 60 seconds to put forth your idea and make sure that you can stand your point from the for and the against point of view. I especially loved your tea and coffee example, where I was sure that 50% in the room were divided amongst being a tea lover or coffee lover, and definitely in their mind they were all debating on what to say and what points to put forth. That one topic was which stood out amongst all the other topics, the tea and coffee, the most common drink and the most debatable drink. For whoever loves, they will love tea, and whoever doesn't like, they will not like the drink. So today, now is time for the result. The favorite auxiliary role taker, favorite role taker, evaluator, speaker. So the favorite speaker today is, put your hands together for Ayesha Siddiqui. Speaker Ayesha Siddiqui, congratulations. You are the favorite speaker, and our second speaker, Kala, is not far behind. Our favorite evaluator, no guesses for that. It is our distinguished Toastmaster, Nancy Goel. The favorite auxiliary role taker from our timer, our language evaluator, and listener. So congratulations, our newest member, Siddharth, our listener, for becoming the favorite auxiliary role taker. The favorite speaker, favorite table topic speaker is Vinuta and Mohammed Kutubuddin. That pair has got the favorite role taker, and the favorite role player is truly yours, the Toastmaster of the days. With that, we come to end of another interesting meeting, and it is interesting to note we are finishing our meeting today right on time. With that, good night. Have a very good week, and see you on Sunday at 10 a.m. in another meeting of Gabby's. Bye-bye. Take care. Sorry, on a Saturday, 10 a.m.